Hi, I'm Neil with the Cisco security team, and I'd like to show you how Cisco's new next-generation firewall can prevent breaches, stop advanced threats, and give you unparalleled visibility into your network and security operations, quickly and easily. So if you're a small to medium-sized business and you need simple and effective security, a Cisco next-generation firewall is a perfect fit. So for this scenario, let's look at our management console called Firepower Device Manager. I want to start by showing you how easy it is to get set up. Upon first login, you're greeted with the Welcome Wizard. This is designed to ask you all the right questions to get your device set up. First, we connect our firewall to the internet. Here we can very simply define IP addressing for our outside, whether our ISP gives us a dynamic DHCP address or we have a static address. We enter the details and move to configure the management interface. Below, we give our device a host name and define DNS servers. Press the big button here to automatically populate those servers. Then press Next. Here, we'll configure our NTP settings to ensure our firewall has the correct time. We can just as easily use the default time servers and continue on. The last step, if you're up and running, is registering the device with our Cisco Smart Licensing Server. If you have your key handy, you can enter it on the screen, or you can enable a trial license temporarily until you come back and register it completely at a later date. And that's it. With the press of the Finish button, your firewall is now ready to pass traffic. Upon completion of the Setup Wizard, we're prompted for next steps to set up policy. Let's jump into that. The final step is to ensure your network is secure by building a security policy. Here is where we can create access control policy to ensure our users are protected from threats. To start, we can get a quick glance of our current policy rules by expanding the entry to display a network flow diagram. This visually represents what we would expect to happen as traffic flows through our firewall. This can be done with any rule at any time to ensure it has the desired effect. To create a rule, we can simply hit the plus at the top right of the screen, and we're presented with the rule creation window. Here we can create our rules based on numerous criteria. We can select from over 150,000 different applications, 80 different URL categories, and augment them with advanced inspection like advanced malware protection and IPS, all backed by more than 30,000 unique signatures. This immense coverage is a result of our security intelligence organization, Talos, who continually identify new threats and develop actionable data from the security research to feed our security products, including the next generation firewall. In addition to the extensive IPS signature set, URL categories, and applications, we can also enable a security intelligence policy. This will act as a first line of defense against threats. It contains a Talos curated IP and URL database that is constantly fed with the latest data to keep you safe. Now, with our protection in place, we can begin to see our security posture. When we jump to the monitoring dashboard, we get a system status overview to start. From there, we have a number of different dashboards to select based on what we're looking for. Our network overview dashboard gives us a holistic view showing what kinds of traffic we're seeing and any threats we protected against. So with that, we have a foundational security policy to ensure our network is protected, and we can make quick network changes if need be. A perfect blend of simple and effective security without an immense learning curve. Now for the medium to enterprise business that needs to manage their firewall devices from a single pane of glass and requires advanced security capabilities with deep customization, our Firepower Management Center is built for you. You get breach prevention, but also the ability to uncover and shut down advanced threats that may be inside your network. Let's see how it works. We start in the access control policy, and you can see, just like in FDM, we have all the same rule elements, but with Firepower Management Center, we have some additional customizations. We can see here the ability to create rules tied to security group tags. This is a result of the integration with Cisco Identity Services Engine. Based on these security group tags, we can create unique policy. Though we have similar policy parameters here, we have the additional ability to customize both IPS and AVC definitions to make our very own rules. Here, we see how we can create custom detections for an application. This allows you to design policies specifically tailored to your environment and any homegrown applications you may have. With this, you can now grant and deny access to specifically your own apps. Intrusion prevention on the firewall is powered by Snort. Snort is an open source, lightweight intrusion detection system software. Here, you can make your own rules as simple or complex as you need. The interface allows you to build the rule without needing to know any specific syntax, just the parameters of what you would like to detect. In addition, all of this advanced IPS security on the new Firepower 2100 comes without a performance hit. For security intelligence here, we can augment Talos with third-party feeds via the Threat Intelligence Director. Here, you can add your own intelligence from industry agencies, for example, FSI-SAC. The enforcement can be on domains, IPs, file hashes, and even a combination, giving you more targeted protection. In addition to all of this, there is a tremendous amount of visibility and detail into the security posture of your organization, thus streamlining security incident response. From the threats dashboard, we get a view of the IPS events in the environment and impact flags associated with those events. These impact flags are derived by analyzing the attack against its victim, the destination host. Based on how vulnerable the host is to the specific exploit, you are given an impact level to prioritize what incidents are of high risk and need to be addressed. These host profiles against which we compare to assess that risk can be passively derived or with a number of third-party vulnerability integrations. Malware-based attacks can be seen on this dashboard. Here we get a view of specific file-based detections and trends over time. This allows us to better understand the most common file types being exploited and the most common detections. Diving deeper into the detections, we can see a complete picture of every single file and how it lived and spread on the network. The network file trajectory view shows us a graphical representation of how a single file found its way across our network. This level of detail is invaluable when investigating a breach and trying to understand the scope of an attack. With the power of the integrated Cisco security architecture, we can use network-based detections to remediate by quarantining an offending file on an endpoint with AMP for endpoints. We can take this a step further and quarantine the endpoint on the network with Identity Services Engine. With integrations like this, the next generation firewall is stitched into a network-wide architecture of threat intelligence, policy, and enforcement. The result being more visibility across your network, the ability to identify and remediate problems a lot faster. Cisco didn't build these tools in silos. Instead, they were designed to communicate, share information, and work together to provide you with the most robust protection possible. So whether you need a simple security for your firewall device or customized security, we have you covered. You get best-of-breed breach prevention, visibility, and advanced security capabilities, not to mention the best performance, uptime, and reliability that you need to keep your business moving. To learn more about Cisco Next Generation Firewalls, visit us at cisco.com/go/NGFW. Thank you.